I'm starting on my butt, okay? Whether I force the coach to get my bar, or whether he's posting out on me and I get my bar, this is as we get the bar and we're kicking back. So I'm going half and bar, all right? I got a bar and a half, and I'm kicking back. Some guys will just kind of hang out here, all right? And they'll let you scoop this bar up, all right, before we kick it all the way back. A lot of times, we'll get the bar, as we're kicking, okay? We'll get the bar as we're kicking. We can still stack them up, okay? We can still stack them up. Now, this is where I'm talking about. Either his elbow's covered with my bicep, or it's poking out, okay? I think it's a little bit easier, especially with more muscled up guys, to pin them with the elbow poking out, okay? All right? And the reason being is it almost gets too tight down there. Face that way. It almost gets too tight to pin this guy when I'm kicking with my bar. So as I'm kicking over the top tripod and still the same tight, I let his elbow pop out right there. Now once his elbow pops out, I pull it to his body. Pull it to his body, and then I just drop my left hip. That's an easy pin all day. It's hard for him to run around and get to his bridge from here. Knees still in his chest, hip still in his armpit, and we're pulling that elbow into his body. Okay? Pulling that elbow into his body. Come here, Victor. Completely beat Mason to pieces today. A little soft. All right. So, facing that direction. Think about it, and if you can make it work with the elbow trap, that's perfectly fine. Most of the time I feel like I need to let that elbow peek out a little bit. So I'm kicking over the top tripod, okay? Let that elbow pop out. But when I let that elbow pop out, my elbow snatches back tight. It doesn't just float out here pointing away from his body. I let that elbow peek out, and then I secure it. Okay, you get those guys with those rubber shoulders, it'll start flopping around down here and get away from you. Step over, drop my hip. See, he wants to get, this feels way better on his shoulder right here. He starts running around and away from, putting a lot of torque on that shoulder and that elbow. And it's really, it looks bad, but it's really not potentially dangerous. I'm just putting a little bit of pressure this direction so he don't want to run away from it any more than he already has. Any questions? So go slow.